It was this, what should be a triple wick diptyque candle, that made me realise that last week had crushed me. I did 7 presentations in 3 days, I filmed a vlog, I was travelling, and by the end of it I was feeling quite wired, but I didn't fully understand how far I'd got to the edge of what I could cope with until my husband let our 7-year-old have a candle for her bath, which happens to be of this very beautiful one, which I was given by a dear friend as a moving gift and had not had the chance yet to light. Only when I went to bed at 11 o'clock that night, our 7-year-old had done what small children do when they find a pool of warm, hot wax and run her chubby little fingers through it, destroyed one of the 3 wicks and rubbed black wax up the bathroom walls. To say I was incandescent with rage would not be fully expressing the range of my emotions. I was on the ceiling. I wanted to get her out of bed on a school night at 11 o'clock to discuss what had happened. Fortunately, Chris took control and it was all calmed down and fairly sensible, but it made me realise how burnt out I had become in a very short period of time. Now, we've got loads of data from the pandemic which shows us that particularly senior people, particularly women, particularly mothers, particularly black women, the US-based survey from Lean In and McKinsey, have been feeling overwhelmed, exhausted and burnt out. What I am seeing as people re-emerge into society is just people being excited to be out but quickly getting exhausted and overwhelmed by that new interaction. And it's so easy to really quickly tip out of control. And this is particularly important. There's a wonderful new book out. It's by Rob Cross. It comes out of Harvard Business Review. I'm hoping he's going to come and talk to us about it. All about collaboration overload, how we can spend too much time collaborating, it burns us out and it's not productive. But one of the things that he says which really resonated with me was that the #1 predictor of high performance is high energy, good energy, and the ability to energize your networks. And that is even more so for entrepreneurs, which makes it incredibly important for us to guard our energy, protect it, and rebuild it. So I had to think really hard about how I was going to restore my energy, and I went back to some advice that I've read in many places, which is to spend an hour a day doing something that you love. Now, in my rage, there was nothing that I loved, and I certainly didn't have an hour a day, otherwise I wouldn't have been in that state. But of course, when you come to reflect, you do have more time than you think. And this is where I got to. #1, I got a daily planner and started planning my time better, prioritizing doing my goals. It's been brilliant. I love it. It's Papier. Wholeheartedly recommend it to you. #2, I made a trip to the library. I love reading, I love libraries, Winchester Library is amazing. 2 books I got out and really enjoying, 101 Things Only Mothers of Teenage Girls Know, Mum, What's Wrong With You from Lorraine Candy. Been meaning to read this for ages. It is great, it is slightly depressing, teenage girls are a bloody nightmare and there's not much you can do about it, but probably best we know. This, Standard Deviation, Katherine Heine, great, haven't quite got to the end, don't tell me what happens. Dysfunctional Marriage and Special Needs Child, very, very interesting. #3, pot around the shops, like the Hambledon Boutique in Winchester, which is a dream of homeware and clothes and lovely things. Next up, now I am not one of those wild swimming people, you know me, I don't do cold water. But watching your children in cold water is quite lovely, and I do have a really, really thick wetsuit, and Compton Lock is pretty amazing and refreshing after a really full-on day. After that, some really great TV. I love great television. Sex Education 3 is the dream. I mean, just for jeans outfits. Bake Off is back, Strictly's back, All Creatures Great and Small, all of it is just lovely. I'm a big fan of lunch because dinner's tricky when you've got kids, but lunch with my husband, what a treat. Friends, new people I've met, it's been so lovely to get out and about and try some new places. Newness generally is giving me an enormous amount of energy at the moment. The school run, so restorative, fixed points, rituals, checking in with community, checking in with the kids, and every single other thing on that list, obviously, involves the dog. Walking the dog, talking to the dog, grooming the dog, trying to avoid being licked in the face by the dog. Everything to do with the dog makes me very calm. Next week, we're going to be talking about the Great Resignation and churn, how to stop people leaving at this pivotal moment. We know it's a huge issue, but I've been talking to people and I've got some thoughts for you. See you next week.